Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications. And now, let's join ace broadcaster MAMODE AKUGHA as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome to the program. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE AKUGHA. With just a little over 2 weeks to the September 21st gubernatorial elections in Edo State, the air is thick with anticipation and diverse reactions. Political leaders, observers, and voters are critically assessing the frontline contenders, who are Senator Monday Okpebholo of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Aswe Ighodalo of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party, LP. Amidst the flood of campaign promises, the people of Edo State seem more determined than ever to elect someone who will steer the state towards greater heights.
In just 2 weeks, the people of Edo State will cast their votes. And until then, none of the parties or candidates can brag about any advantage. Our correspondent last week was on the streets of Benin City to gather the reactions of voters and some political actors on the upcoming polls.
My appeal will be for the government to allow a level playing field and let us, the Edo people, be the ones to determine who will govern us in the next 4 years.
Edo State in particular needs someone enlightened, people enlightened, people who are on the world stage, who have seen the world stage of affairs and know where to take a state in order to develop that state, that people that they want to govern.
Majority of the people have decided on who they want to vote for. Someone who can bring about good governance, proper representation, not just about having to hide under a political party in the election, but who represents the wishes and aspirations of the people.
Aswe Ighodalo, a renowned lawyer, brings strategic thinking and leadership skills to the table. While the popularity of the PDP in Edo State could have naturally worked in his favor, factionalization and internal conflicts within the party, including the fallout between Governor Obaseki and his deputy, Philip Shuaibu, could greatly undermine his chances. Senator Monday Okpebholo might seem poised to benefit from the APC's federal influence and the backing of political heavyweights like Senator Adams Oshiomhole and Senate President Godswill Akpabio. However, growing dissatisfaction with the policies of the federal government could be a stumbling block affecting his campaign's momentum.
This hardship that is bedeviling Nigeria now, the head of the Nigeria, the president, is an APC from APC, and that will work relatively against the candidates of the APC in Benin, Edo State rather. So I think that hardship will tell negatively on that candidate. As per the PDP, that may be their strong point to campaign, because they want to say, APC at the national level is not doing as expected, and they want to capitalize on that.
Olumide Akpata, the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, is well respected for his leadership and reformist approach. Running under the Labour Party, he is enjoying the support of younger voters and those seeking alternatives to the political domination of PDP and APC. However, ongoing leadership crisis within his party and debates over which senatorial zone should produce the next governor, given that Akpata, like Governor Godwin Obaseki, is from Edo South, poses significant challenges to his campaign. As the countdown to the Edo State 2024 gubernatorial elections continues, it's clear that lofty promises alone will not convince the voters, who are demanding in their own rights nothing short of responsible, accountable, and impactful leadership. Inside the Niger Delta.
The Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC has expressed its readiness to partner with the United Nations Institute for Training and Research, UNITA, to address the environmental challenges that are hindering development efforts in the Niger Delta region. This was revealed by the NDDC Managing Director, Dr. Samuel Obuku, during a courtesy visit by the Team Leader, Strategy, Planning and Coordination Section of the United Nations Satellite Center, Mr. Olivier Van Dam, at the Commission's headquarters in Port Harcourt.
Recently, the Regional Intervention Agency concluded an environmental management and competence development retreat for its staff to equip them with the knowledge and skills necessary for this environmental sustainability task. Taking a step further in addressing these challenges, the Commission is now exploring a collaboration with the United Nations Institute for Training and Research, UNITA, to find lasting solutions. UNITA representative Mr. Olivier Van Dam, who is team leader of the Strategy, Planning and Coordination section of the United Nations Satellite Center, UNOSAT, was at the corporate headquarters of the Commission in Port Harcourt recently, where discussions of the key areas of the expected partnership were at the top of the agenda.
For us to be able to bring the people, the youth together, collect data in areas of their skill sets, areas of their specialization, we need a lot of input.
Mr. Van Dam, who expressed the agency's readiness to partner with the NDDC, noted that the United Nations Satellite Center would promote evidence-based decision-making for peace, security and environmental resilience across communities in the Niger Delta region. For his part, the NDDC Director of Environmental Control and Protection, Engineer Onoha Obeka, while reinstating the commitment of the Commission in facilitating sustainable development in the region, noted that the collaboration with UNITA and its agencies would significantly boost the capacity of the Commission and its staff.
With our partnership with UNITA, we will place ourselves in a position where we can attract, other streams of funding and partnership from various international organizations that can help us fast-track the development of Niger Delta region.
The expected partnership with UNITA would enable the NDDC to integrate and analyze environmental information, build capacity within its workforce, strengthen disaster and climate resilience, and support sustainable development policies in the region.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Residents of some rural communities in Rivers, Delta and Abia states are facing a dire healthcare crisis with high rates of infectious diseases and other pressing medical issues. This distressing situation stems from either a complete lack of healthcare facilities or the presence of inadequately equipped ones in and around their communities. In the light of these severe challenges, these residents are urgently appealing to government officials and agencies at all levels for immediate intervention and support to address their critical needs and alleviate the ongoing health crisis.
The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 3, which is to ensure health and well-being for all by 2030, was designed to prevent needless suffering from diseases and premature death across the globe. However, in Nigeria, just like other developing nations, the implementation of this goal has been very slow, particularly in rural and vulnerable communities of the Niger Delta region. It is particularly concerning that the oil-rich region, for decades on ending, continues to struggle under the shackles of high rates of infectious diseases, poor maternal and child health indicators, and limited access to healthcare facilities. In most of its rural areas, there is a complete absence of hospital facilities, and where they exist, they are rather inadequately equipped to render even basic services such as proper examination of pregnant women. Recently, Inside the Niger Delta visited Elele Alimini in Emoha local government area of Rivers State. where the story mirrors the grim reality of the health sector in the Niger Delta. The residents who are left with a rubble of what used to be a general hospital, but now stands as a den of reptiles and rodents, narrate their audio.
This alimony is a big alimony, and we're supposed to get hospital, because hospital is the most important for health. And now we don't have hospital here, and the people are dying. Before you took somebody here to Port Harcourt, that person has given up. But assuming that we have hospital here, when somebody is sick, you run to that place, they will settle you and it save the life of that human being.
Like one woman died the other day before rushing her from here to UPTH. Couldn't survive it. But we have a big hospital like that. That hospital was called County Western Hospital. When we had Degema province, Ahoda province.
This is the only hospital, not even in this community, around this area. So you see this community, there is no other hospital, no health care. So you can imagine when we don't have such, what will be the result?
The situation is not different in the riverine community of Ukpokiti in Warri South local government area of Delta State.
We have been suffering in this place because we are in the river area. We have health center, no nurse, no doctor.
We will get belly for you, go the cross when we want born, and that one has stress to we need the hospital.
Arochukwu in Abia State is another stark example of the healthcare crisis in the region. When our crew visited the general hospital, it was deserted with no sign of human activity, and the compound was completely overgrown by grasses. Attempt to speak with a nurse and a matron in a secluded section of the hospital were not successful, as they declined to comment on the state of the affairs at the hospital. In recent times, the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) has championed interventions such as its free medical outreaches to provide succor to these underserved populations. While this has proven helpful, the people are calling for lasting and enduring solutions to their medical needs.
We need a standard hospital from government, that good doctors, professions will be there, so that they could help and save the life of our people here.
If this place is fixed, any alimony is not going to die as they are dying now. Yes. Because any sickness at all always kill them, based on there is not anything like hospital.
Policy expert and educationist Dr. Godwin Edozie, while corroborating this troubling condition, stressed the urgency of addressing this systemic issue plaguing the healthcare sector in the region.
We are saying let there be mobile hospitals. Let some communities be integrated together so doctors can visit them on designated days. And when there's an emergency, somewhere around that community, they have a place where the ambulance is, on water if need be. That ambulance takes off immediately to a tertiary hospital or a bigger hospital not so far, so they can get attention.
In tackling this and other medical issues, the NDDC is also entering into a partnership with the World Health Organization (WHO) to accelerate healthcare delivery for the poor and vulnerable in the region. This initiative is expected to enroll 1 million Niger Delta citizens in health insurance and strengthen the capacity of health facilities and workers in the region for health security. The scale of the challenge, however, requires more robust efforts by all stakeholders, including state government, to improve the health and well-being of all in the oil-rich region.
Inside the Niger Delta,
Standout Properties Limited presents a real estate opportunity of a lifetime. Bloom Towers, a waterfront twin high-rise buildings of 19 and 21 stories at the edge of the Atlantic Ocean in the prestigious Oniru area, Victoria Island, Lagos. Bloom Towers is a green and smart building project consisting of 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments and maisonettes, as well as 10,300 square meters available space for commercial and corporate use. Built for completion completion in 2027, Bloom Towers has 236 units available for sale with a starting price of 100 million naira. Lock down a unit today with a down payment of 20% and spread the balance over the next 24 months. Contact us on 080-693-47063 or 091-22-656-975.
It's a project that will bring huge return on investment.
Bloom Towers, from foundation to skyline. Ezekiel Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. Ezekiel Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development.
Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori has reaffirmed his commitment to driving the wheels of growth and shared prosperity in the oil-rich state through meaningful infrastructure development and sustainable human empowerment programs. Governor Oborewori stated this last week during a Thanksgiving service held at the Government House Chapel in Asaba to commemorate the 33rd anniversary of the state's creation.
Delta State, located in the south-south geopolitical zone of Nigeria, was created out of the old Bendel State on August 27, 1991, by the military regime of General Ibrahim Babangida. Since its creation, the state has been governed by a series of military administrators and elected civilian governors. The first military administrator was Air Commodore Luke Chijiuba Ochilo, followed by several others including Colonel Bassi Asuku and Colonel John David Dongs. With the return of democracy in 1999, Chief James Onanefe Ibori became the second civilian governor of Delta State after Chief Felix Ibru, who served as the first governor from 1990 to 1992. Chief Ibori served 2 terms until 2007. He was succeeded by his first cousin, Dr. Emmanuel Udwagan, who also served 2 terms from 2007 to 2015. Senator Ifeanyi Okowa took office in 2015 and served until 2023. In 2023, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori assumed office as the current governor, championing his More Agenda initiative to further advance the development of Delta State.
In the past 15 months, we have demonstrated our resolve to keep Delta State ahead on all indices of socio-economic development. We are investing massively in infrastructural renewal, upgrading our healthcare institutions, improving the learning climate in our schools, and assisting the poor and vulnerable through our social investment programs.
Some commissioners who spoke to our crew described the occasion as a significant milestone worthy of celebration.
I think we've done pretty well, starting from the military regime to the civilian regime. So far, I think Delta State has done very well,
Once you go to Warri, we discover that for a state bringing Julius Vega to construct bridges, flyover in the state is no joke. Employment, everything will boom in Warri as we are talking now. Bring all this together. I think Delta, we are improving and we are good to go.
Immediately after the anniversary Thanksgiving service, Governor Sheriff Oborewori was back on the road inspecting several ongoing projects across the oil-rich state. At the completed 9.1 kilometer Ishiagu-Ewulu Road project in Aniocha South local government area, the governor expressed dissatisfaction with the quality of the drainage system. He directed the contractor to recommence the construction of the drains according to the specified standards before the road could be considered for commissioning.
And you supervise this. This is wickedness. Not even sharp sand. Look at it now.
Governor Oborewori and his team also inspected the Ubu Bridge along Sector C1 of the ongoing Ugeli-Asaba Road Dualization project at Ogwashuku.
This is one of the most critical part of the road, of the dualization. The good news is that they assured us by December the road to finish.
Evidently, The Oboreori administration places a high premium on delivering top-notch and quality projects across the state. The governor and his team have made it a routine to personally supervise all projects before commissioning to ensure that contractors deliver optimum value for the state's resources.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doyediri says his administration will continue to explore the opportunities sports and other recreational activities present for the meaningful engagement of the teeming youth population in the state. Senator Diri, who was represented by the state's Director of Sports, made this commitment during the recently concluded Doyediri National Scrabble Championship in Yenagoa, the state capital.
The 2024 edition of the Doyediri National Scrabble Championship brought together over 240 of Nigeria's finest Scrabble players, all vying for a share of the 6.5 million naira total prize money across 5 categories of the game. Current African Scrabble champion and University of Lagos undergraduate Enoch Nwale continued his winning streak by claiming the 750,000 naira prize money as the most valuable player in the Masters category. Diobara Enai from Bayelsa emerged victorious in the intermediate category, while former national champion Doku Ishan, who is also from Bayelsa, topped the veterans category. In the students category, Pereowe Edidie, a student of Government Secondary School OD Bayelsa State, took home the star prize.
I just feel like this is a start. This is a start for more wins ahead. So, and I'm very happy. Of course, I'm happy that I'm the champion.
By the grace of God, I won the tournament. I can say that I am very happy because this is a result of hard work.
Senator Diri, who was represented at the tournament, which held in Yenagoa by the Director of Sports in the Ministry of Sports, Mr. Braveman Wode, reaffirmed the commitment of his administration to the holistic development of the state's young population.
Is the intention of the state government to make sure that we grow the sport alongside other sports. There are also other suggestions to have inter-secondary school Scrabble competitions. And I think we are taking it away from there. We want to start off from there.
The president of the Nigeria Scrabble Federation, NSF, Chief Olobatoke Aka, and the chairman of the Bayelsa State Scrabble Association, Mr. Daniel Alabra, both expressed their appreciation to Governor Diri for sponsoring the championship for the 4th consecutive year.
It's from steps like this, with us popularizing the game, that we eventually will get to the Olympics.
The competition this year, I would describe it as being very excellent. And I say so because the participation was quite high in terms of registered players, and even the organization, we try to improve on what we did in previous years.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Thousands of food enthusiasts from across Nigeria gathered in Port Harcourt City to witness the 2024 edition of Bole Festival, a renowned annual food and entertainment event in Rivers State. The popular Niger Delta delicacy Bole is roasted plantain typically served with spicy pepper sauce and fish. The festival, which took place at the AKUGHA Stadium in Port Harcourt, was more than just a celebration of food. It was a vibrant showcase of diverse culture and lively entertainment that mirrors the beautiful identity of not just Rivers State, but the entire oil-rich Niger Delta region.
Me, I love my Niger Delta. Come see my Niger Delta. Back on.
It's one of Nigeria's biggest food festivals taking place here in the city of Port Harcourt, the Bole Festival. Here, people say food meets fun. This much talked about experience dates back to 2016 when a young Niger Deltan, Kennedy Nonso Iwu, conceived the idea of celebrating roasted plantains, commonly referred to as Bole, in most parts of southern Nigeria, particularly in the Niger Delta. Bole is usually served with either granuts, coconuts, egg sauce, or barbecued or grilled fish, depending on individual preference. Today, Bole Festival has transformed into a cultural and entertainment extravaganza where expert chefs and food vendors showcase their skills in preparing dishes featuring this versatile and delicious staple. Amidst the bustling atmosphere, Mrs. Mfon Etim, who has been in the bole business for several years, shared some tips on how to prepare the delicacy.
When you bring the ripe plantain, you have to wash it first. After washing, you peel it, then you start roasting. For the sauce, you have to get your onions, you have to get your fresh pepper, then your palm oil. After grinding it, you cook it and you pour your palm oil inside. For the fish, you have to get your dry pepper, your spice, your ginger, your garlic, for you to spice it up so that people can enjoy what they are eating. Then after spicing it up, you keep it for like 30 minutes. Then you now pour your palm oil and turn it around, then you start roasting.
Louisa Oloko, another enthusiast, seemed to know the best way to enjoy bole.
When you get your bole, you know it's always very steamy hot.
I know.
You come and buy drinks. Come and buy cocktails. We have cocktails, we have mocktails, we have whiskey, soft drinks. So as you're eating your bole, you'll be using it to cool your... When you take one bite of the bole, you sip your drink.
The true charm of this festival lies in how it brings together families, friends, and even strangers. Whether you are a local or just visiting, there is something about the aroma of roasting plantains and the sight of happy faces that feels like home. For many who attended the event, it's not just about the food, but also about celebrating the cultural uniqueness of the Niger Delta.
It's a good place to hang out if you don't want to stay home. Yes, and you meet new people, yes.
I've always heard about Bole Festival. I wanted to see how it looks like.
Okay.
So the Bole for me, it's top notch.
Okay.
The fish! They are usually really big, really massive in size, and it's just amazing to see people hang out, connect, experience beautiful things.
Yeah.
Bole Festival is, I think a celebration of cultural heritage and the food we have in Rivers State. You know, I'm a PH born, but I'm a Kwaibomite, so we also want to support our home.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's where we wrap up the program for today. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles showing right now on your screens. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria for these stories and many more. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA thanking you for staying tuned. Bye for now.